You could be great at a couple things or good at a lot of things, right? Do you want to hire someone who's really good at one thing or can do a lot of things okay?
Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Justin Cooper and Scott Kraft with Pine Financial Group. And today we want to talk a little bit about risk mitigation in fix and flips.
Yeah, so there's really a lot of things that you can do as a judicious flipper to really mitigate some of the risks that you can encounter while you're doing a flip.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So the first one I would say is you want to get inspections on the house. Like, let's say you've identified the house, you've got it under contract, and you're in your due diligence period. What are some of the inspections that you might want to do?
So what I love doing is having a home inspector come and visit the property. Hire a third-party professional to go through the entire house. But what are some of the things that you like them to actually be looking for specifically?
Yeah, so I would say the biggest thing is a sewer line inspection. You want to get a scope. You want to have a camera go in there and let you know if there's any major problems with that sewer line, because that's something you want to know before you buy the house, because that is a big, costly expense.
Absolutely. Thousands or tens of thousands of dollars.
Right. So one other inspection I would highly recommend is if you anticipate or you suspect there might be some sort of structural damage, spend a few $100s, get a structural engineer to come out and give you a report. And the reason I'd say that is because when you go to sell this property, that's all stuff that's going to come up during their inspection. So it would be great to have an actual letter in hand from an engineer to give to that buyer when you go to sell it.
Yeah, absolutely. If the floors don't feel level, if there's cracks in the walls, if you see holes in the foundation, right? If you don't address it and address it properly by having an engineer come out, assess the damage, assess the risk, and sign off on the repairs that you do, right? Your end buyer is going to notice these as well. So you may as well take care of it up front.
Yeah, and it really is the same thing just with an overall home inspection, because when you go to sell it, that buyer is going to have their own home inspection. So it makes sense to just go ahead and do that yourself so you know what's going to come up when you try to sell it.
Absolutely. Put yourself in the shoes of the end buyer. What are they going to be doing in the property? Those are the things we should be doing as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So another thing that people can do to really mitigate risk in doing a flip is to hire experts, okay? You could be great at a couple things or good at a lot of things, right? Do you want to hire someone who's really good at one thing or can do a lot of things okay?
Yeah, you want to really be hiring the experts for the things that they are the experts in.
Right. So a couple ideas. I really like using interior designers. Trends in finishes are always changing. What's in right now? Is it brass is back in now all of a sudden?
Sure.
Yeah. It's good to have a professional who stays on top of this, give you guidance in how to finish your property.
Absolutely.
Right? Also, reputable and competent contractors, right? You want experts in their specific field.
Yeah. Us as investors, us as hard money lenders, we're experts in analyzing deals and finding deals. Similarly, we want the experts in their fields to be joining us, right? Good contractors, people who are at the top of their game.
Yeah. Also, how about an expert real estate agent to help you buy and sell these properties? It's really good to have someone who has experience, is a professional negotiator on your team.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk in the industry about changes and the big lawsuit that came out last year and pricing. And people think that they can pay less for good real estate agents. I think when you find the right real estate agent, it's worth every dime you're paying them.
It's well worth it. So another thing that really helps mitigate risk in these flips is to be in and out really quickly, as fast as you possibly can. That's for a number of reasons. What's one?
Time is money.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah. Every day that you own this property, you are paying more in interest, insurance, taxes. And something that a lot of people don't think about is, you're also exposing yourself to fluctuations in the market. I mean, it takes time. It doesn't typically happen overnight. But if you're in a deal for 3 months versus 12 months, you're opening yourself up to a lot of exposure for market changes.
Yeah, absolutely. There's also the seasonality to it, right? Do we want to be selling our property in the springtime, in the summer, or around the holidays at the end of the year?
Right. So another thing that people can do to really mitigate risk is to manage the construction diligently. So that means be there every single day, make sure that your contractors are showing up, make sure they're doing good work.
Yeah, absolutely. This goes back into the other points you were saying by hiring the right experts, the right crews, and then staying on top of how long your holding costs are going to be, right? The more tightly you can control the rehab timeline, the faster you're going to be in and out of your deal.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I'll give you another one, another way to really mitigate risk. And I'm guilty of violating this. So I think it's really important that flippers stay within their own lane, understand their expertise and what they are good at. So I'll give you a little story. When I was really brand new in my real estate career, I did a fix and flip where we took this house. It needed everything. I took it down to the studs. I moved structural walls around. We put in, new structural beams and posts and all this stuff. And I'll be honest, I was in over my head. And it's something that I was just outside of my expertise. So things that you might want to ask yourself, if some 1800s property pops up, right? Do you know enough about construction from the 1800s to be able to know what it's really going to cost you to rehab that and be moving walls around?
Yeah, actually, I owned a property that was built in the 1800s, and it was very overwhelming. It was in a location where it felt like it could have been a great rental property when my wife and I moved out, but there was no way I was going to trust a tenant in a house that old. Because not even that I don't know those properties, how many contractors don't even understand those properties?
Yeah. Along the same lines is understand, do you really want to be getting into the scope of work that you're talking about? A lot of people have experience doing additions. Have you ever done that before? Is that the type of thing you want to get into without having any experience? Do you want to be working in the entry-level market or do you want to be working in the luxury market? Some people are great at luxury, some people are great at entry-level. It really just is the type of thing that you're going to learn as you do more and more deals, where you fit and which market you understand better.
Yeah, absolutely. Where do you want to be as an investor? What interests you? What's going to keep you excited about investing in real estate? And then lean into those. Similarly, if you know how to deal with a property that has fire damage or structural damage, similar thing to what types of market, entry level, luxury, I 100% agree.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think to sum it up, really what I can say is as you're doing these projects, just be prudent, stay on top of it, be present, and be an expert in what you are doing.
Such great points, Scott. So if you're out there listening and you have some extra thoughts on different ways to mitigate the risk of fix and flips, we'd love to hear it. Drop a comment in there. If you have other questions about Scott's experience, about mine, we'd love to chat with you more. You can find us at pinefinancialgroup.com.